Welcome to the Popcorn Talk Network. For the online broadcast network that features movie discussion, news, and interviews, press 1. Popcorn Talk. We talk movies. From the Popcorn Talk Network, the online broadcast network for movie talk, and the schmoes know, this is Marvel Movie News, bringing you the most up-to-date discussion and commentary within the Marvel Universe.
Excelsior to you, our merry Marvel Movie Society. Matt Cook's favorite.
I still don't like it.
Welcome back to our 5th show of the year, 2015. How many is that in total? 18, all right. Ooh. We're coming to you live from the Danger Room. We are the Marvel.
You can't even say it. You're the only one who likes it, and you can't even say it.
I'm not the only one that likes it. It was voted for. You're the only one who likes it. We are the Marvel Movie News, where we tell you all the news from all the studios and why you should be as excited as we are. What?
Why is Cook invalidating our fans?
I'm not invalidating our fans. There's other people that are like, no, Cook, represent us, and I'm doing that.
I can let you know if that's true or not.
Guys, is this a civil war brewing?
It is.
Yeah.
Please don't forget to subscribe to us on iTunes at Marvel Movie News or find us through the Popcorn Talk Network. You can also find us on YouTube by typing in Popcorn Talk Network or through their website, popcorntalknetwork.com. I'm Matt Key, at the Matt Key.
I'm Meredith Placko, at M Placko.
I'm Matt Cook, at Matt Cook Tweeted.
We've got Jatarvis in the booth. Say hello, Jatarvis.
No, he hasn't. He's actually not in the booth.
I'm not quick on the trigger.
Nah, he's in a sleeping bag. And he's like, leave me alone.
And today we've got Heroes of Cosplay star Victoria Ashley. Yay. Hello. What's your Twitter? Tell us your Twitter. Tell us about yourself.
At Scruffy Rebel.
Perfect. Okay. What do you got going on right now?
Ginny and I are just trying to make his clothing company, Go Bubble Clothing, at Go Bubble Clothing.
Beautiful stuff.
Successful. That's what we've been focusing on.
I'm sorry, Victoria. What was the website? Because Matt Key just talked over you.
It's true. It's true. It would be www.gobubbleclothing.com or at Go Bubble Clothing, or we are Go Bubble, because we couldn't fit the whole thing on Twitter.
Aww. Speaking of your lovely man, Genio, he's in the studio today. He's coming to us from the Cosmic Couch. That's what we've decided to call it.
Oh, that's great.
Right? The Cosmic Couch, yeah. Perfect.
You are a regular.
Yes.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome aboard, sir.
I refuse to do it without you.
That's everyone. We're all here, and we're gonna start the day off with Netflix talk, which we've never done. I don't think we've ever started with Netflix news.
No.
But oh my God, am I excited to start with Netflix news because we've got the DareDevil trailer. Oh my God, right? That looks so good. Take it and run. Go.
Happy when that finally came out, because we've been kind of wondering for a while what Netflix is going to do with the Marvel properties. We know how the MCU works. We've seen that the TV, the ABC stuff's a little bit more lighthearted, open to a wider audience, but the Netflix stuff looks dark. It looks gritty. It looks like it's aimed at an older audience who really appreciates these characters, and also for people who have never heard of them, but they're going to find something that you're probably going to see more akin to like AMC and HBO than you would on mainstream networks.
Yeah.
And that's what got me super excited about that trailer, because everything we saw was Miller's Daredevil.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, right down to the mask and everything else.
As someone who is like Marvel light, because I'm a DC person, but my Marvel knowledge, my Marvel knowledge is only the cartoons and movies, and through those, I'm like a hardcore Marvel person because I love how it's represented in the cartoons and movies. So I've only been exposed to Daredevil that way and through Batfleck. And so when
Does that count? Do we say that counts anymore?
I think we have to, otherwise we'll never learn.
When that's my only exposure, like the second that Junio showed me the trailer, I was like, now that's like a Daredevil I'm interested in seeing. That I could tell, as being Marvel literate, I could tell looking at that, I'm like, this is probably what Daredevil fans want, and this is what's going to make them happy. And he was pointing out all the different like characters that were straight from the comics, like the name of the blind cool old dude.
Yeah.
There, that dude. Yeah, he's like, stick with it. And I'm like, who's that? You know? And he's like, he's relevant.
And that's one of the reasons I really wanted you on the show is because you are the new Marvel fan. You're the cinematic universe fan that is getting into this whole history through the movies, and it's great to have that representation.
Yeah, I think that's most people.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
especially with like the the age that we all are, like having those cartoons and stuff, and that the beginning of that turn in
the 90s,
media,
yeah.
like and the introduction of it. Now it's kind of really happening. I like the trailer a lot. The only thing that I was confused about,
I want to hear this,
was what looked to be his radar sense seemed to me more like cataract sense. Like I didn't like that it was in color because he's blind. And it was just kind of fuzzy, and it seemed like it was kind of hyper focused at certain points, and it just looked like sight. And I might be spoiled by the Wade run because I think that radar sense looks amazing.
I don't think that they're showing us all their cards. Like some of the stuff that I've read online from like DeKnight and the showrunner and executive producer has been like, there's a lot of other stuff, and even Charlie Cox has said there's a lot of other stuff that they're doing.
For sure, but that's a weird. Then I don't know what that clip was because it made it look like that was his sense, his hyper sense.
I don't think that they're going to put that in a trailer necessarily. I think they're going to tease that.
What was that?
I think that was like an element of his senses. I think that was like he hears something and it's like zooming in on that one thing that he hears. But dude,
that's
I don't
what
know.
I didn't like. That's
I don't
what I'm
know.
saying. I don't know either. So I'm just like, but I don't know. And I am a huge fan of the Wade run in the comics.
And I mean, he's DeKnight has gone on and said that they're starting Daredevil from the beginning. Like he's been blind and he's developed this sense, but like we're catching up to him as he's learning how to do all of it.
My only concern is the color. So he's a blind man.
But that's the thing. Oh, go on.
My guess is that shot specifically is sort of transitioning you from the normal camera view to let's go inside his head, and he's zooming in on this sound. Or this
I hope
that's the way I feel it is too. Like
awesome.
I really,
that makes me really happy. Well, I couldn't figure that out.
Yeah, and also, I mean, he wasn't blind from birth.
No, he became blind when he was like 6, I think?
Yeah, he would at least understand color. He would understand the concept.
But you can't smell color. Like, so
but
you know what I mean? Like, but I like that idea. I like the idea of the transition. That makes sense to me. And I hope that's, but I don't know. I think if you guys haven't read the Mark Waid run of Daredevil,
definitely
get
read
it.
Yeah.
It's so good. And the radar sense is just like black and pink rings.
Yeah.
And it's awesome.
But one of the things that I really love that I found out, like, really got a hold of during the Bendis run was how it's 360. Like, like we're so used to Vision being straight on in front of us. Like, he can see behind him because it's like, like that's so cool. Like,
it's a really he's
such a like as much as I love Wade's run on it, Bendis was what made me fall in love with it. Like Frank Miller can get really dense, and like that's not to say like I don't appreciate what he did. It's beautiful what he did, but like the Bendis run was just so magnificent and like so grounded. And I don't know, I love the Bendis run. I highly recommend it. Scott Kalanick made me read it.
Yeah,
made me. Like he put a gun in my head and told me to read it, and I did. So thank you, Scott, if you're listening to our show. But I definitely read either one of those.
I also want to say another thing I'm really stoked about with the trailer is just God, that one scene where he's laying face down in the pavement.
Oh, so good! It's so good.
Like
he got beat.
He did, and he's gonna get up and freaking go kick butt again, which is really the thing, the core about Daredevil that I love is no matter how beat down he gets, he just keeps fighting.
He just keeps fighting.
So there was on the rooftop shot, if you look close, you can see like one red like lining going down his arm, which because somebody's like, is his costume all black? And I looked at it again and I was like, oh my god, there's a little sliver of red in the black costume. Looks like it's like
really?
Yeah, which I thought was pretty cool. And then someone on our YouTube chat brought up the fact. Yeah, well, a little while ago actually, right before the show started.
Yeah.
They were talking about the fact that the mask has no eye holes.
Yeah.
And doesn't that tell everybody that he's blind?
Yeah.
Like I know he doesn't need it, but they were like, even the red one has eye holes to give the illusion that he, you know what I mean? Like, and I think.
Well, but that came from Miller's run, right? The Man Without Fear, like how he had like the bandana over his head, right?
Yeah.
Like that's what they're going for, right?
Sure, totally. But I'm just saying.
But realistically,
it's like how can this dude see? You know what I mean? And it's gonna be like he is blind. You know, I don't know.
Blind, yeah.
I like when it has the eye holes and it gives the illusion that he can.
Well, especially
see.
if you just have those white milky eye lenses, and it's just so creepy.
Yeah.
Well, going back on the costume, the showrunner did an interview with IGN. If you want to go read that, like there's a lot of really good stuff in there. But he talked about the costume. Did you read the interview that he did? I haven't. He did. He talked about the costume because a lot of people have been like, "Hey, is he going to have the red costume?" And that's when he said, "We're starting at the very beginning with Matt Murdock becoming Daredevil, but we're also starting at the beginning with Kingpin becoming Kingpin." So it's really an origin story in tandem for both of them. And he said, "I can't." He said something to the effect of, "I can't tell you where we're going with the suit, but it's an evolution." So I think by the end of the series, we'll definitely have like the iconic red suit. And then he'll have that going into the Defenders, like 2017 or whenever they do that. So, and that will be awesome.
But how does he know it's red?
Someone tells him.
That red and yellow thing. Yeah. And then someone's like, dude, no, those colors.
Dude, come on, man.
It's hard on the eyes, and he's like, I know that.
I know. I planned it that way.
Yes, I'm totally not blind, guys. I'm totally not.
Also, Tonight said, I like this description. You pointed this out earlier. Daredevil is like Batman without the money. Yeah, that's exactly what he is.
He's not the poor man's Batman, but he's just Batman without all the fancy gadgets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's that great determination where you will have the crap beat out of you and then still get back up and keep going, even though you have no superpowers. And aside from them, obviously.
Yeah, but
aside from the
sight
super
without
senses.
blind, but you know.
Yeah.
But everything else, like
super
it's
strength or anything.
Yeah, it's just enhanced senses, really. So
I mean, he can get shot just as easily as everyone else, you know. So I don't know. I'm very excited, and the fact that they ended the whole trailer with that shot of him like pulling up off the ground with the blood dripping out, like that says everything. That says everything about what this show is going to be to me.
It was great. I thought that was a really pretty shot. And the red blood, I don't know, like the red.
Well, like it's so dark and it's so black.
And we saw so little red, and it's so iconically red with Daredevil, like, and then it was the blood, and like, I just thought it was a really well done.
Oh, and I love that shot of him like walking down the hall and he's all slow and everything, and then he gets to the door and he's like,
I like that he touches it.
And
and he picks up more information by touching. Like, it's great.
It's so good, and then like just explodes.
Oh no!
What is it, Jatarvis? What do we got?
First of all, I am excited for this show, but I'm curious, have you guys heard of any of the villains besides like Kingpin? Is there any news of Bullseye or anybody in this?
I read somewhere a couple months ago that a lot of people were begging for Bullseye, but they're not planning to put Bullseye in here. I know that Stephen DeKnight also wanted to include Stiltman at some point.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous.
Amazing.
Am I going to assume he walks on stilts?
Very literally,
taking a guess here.
Yeah,
very literally, his entire
this.
power is that he has like telescopic stilts that like just like that's his power.
He's my favorite now.
Dr. Octopus's tentacles, but thicker.
Yeah.
And coming
Oh
off
my
his
God.
legs.
And under his legs, just like, come get me now, Daredevil, by tackling your legs. Like, you're the easiest villain ever to beat. But he was also one of the first Daredevil villains, wasn't he? Like, he was like early on in the Daredevil run, if I remember correctly.
Then, weren't they?
Yeah, I think his name is Wilbur. I can't remember.
Oh, dear.
It's probably Wilbur.
I
think
Wilbur's
most men with stilts are named Wilbur.
Yeah, that's the only other villain that I've heard of outside of Kingpin, but I think even that was a joke. I haven't heard of any other villains.
I haven't either, but I heard they can't get Colin Farrell away from the set. And he's just like, I'd like another shot at it, guys.
I was stuck with Ben Affleck in the first one. You understand.
I actually don't... well, I don't want to get into all that.
No, what?
I don't think Ben Affleck was the problem.
No, I don't think it was. I don't think it was.
I never miss and all that stuff, and like flicking peanuts into old women's throats and killing them instantly.
God, I hated
like
that so
it was such a
much.
mess.
Well, Colin Farrell wasn't bad.
He was nuts.
He's always nuts.
He was I like him a lot as an actor. I think he's a great. But that character was like.
It was a little overplayed.
I don't blame the actors these days. I blame the director because an actor makes a choice, but the director has a final say to be like that.
Pull that back, push that.
Terrible.
Yeah.
You know,
as an actor, I should not be trusted. No actor should be trusted.
Director's the one to be like, how about not do that?
Yeah.
Who directed that movie? I can't remember who directed that.
Steven Johnson.
Yep, there it is. That's the problem.
He also did Ghost Rider.
Yep.
Oh, that explains everything.
That's explaining a whole lot.
There's a lot of talk of the owl right now.
Yeah, I think there was rumor that the owl would appear as well.
He would be great. Yeah. No, he is in it. He is like it was cast.
Yeah,
he was cast. That's right.
We talked about that. Guys, we've done the show for so long.
We've done it so much. We're forgetting all of our news.
I know.
So what's his first name? I know his last name is Owlsley.
It's Kingsley.
Owlsley?
Is it Kingsley?
Yeah,
is it Owlsley Kingsley
No,
or something
it's
like that?
it's Ben Kingsley, obviously.
It's Ben Kingsley, yes.
Ben Kingsley.
So we know we're going to get the owl, and we know we're going to get the Kingpin, and I believe that the owl will serve like a really cool counterpoint of why you actually need the two polar opposites of Kingpin and Daredevil, because Kingpin is like
Leland Owlsley.
there it is.
Owlsley.
Owlsley.
So Kingsley, I don't know.
Son. Oh.
Well, Leland kind of sounds like Kingsley, right? So you've got like Kingpin, who's
like a
like
leprechaun.
he's like order, but he's like negative order, right?
He's like
but
a
he's like
Wolverine
organized
leprechaun.
crime.
Is he?
And then
a-
you've
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna look him up.
No,
right now.
he's Wolverine as a leprechaun.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, legit.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, God.
So,
very
but then you've got Daredevil as like this sort of like moral authority who like will beat you with a stick. So
Ginger
it's like
Logan.
you kind of like, and the owl is like this chaotic, just negative, like he's just like crazy.
Actually,
So
I
like you
feel
need
like-
order on both
I
sides.
feel like he's never met an
it'll-
owl before.
Right.
I feel like those three characters, though, are kind of all you really need. Like, we don't need to have a villain of a day sort of thing.
Yeah.
I really am enjoying this newer run of shows where they really build up with stories and dramas and characters, and it's not kind of like the monster of the day sort
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah.
So I think, maybe not putting too many bad guys in there.
Yeah, I mean, that's where I think these things really succeed is when they focus on character.
Yeah.
I think that's what a lot
The
of
psychology of this,
I think
yeah.
it's what a lot of movies and shows have been learning early on is that like you gotta have it. You gotta have it as
Yeah.
strong. And
Yeah.
even I don't know if this is on our thing, but what's his name? Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds
Yeah.
was talking about. He's like, if I learned anything from Green Lantern, it's the importance of a script.
Yeah, because
Oh, God.
read the script
They weren't,
before he took
nobody
it.
was allowed to read
Yeah.
it before they took that part. But he's like, oh my god, it's gonna be huge. But he's
Yeah.
like, with Deadpool, he's like, the script got leaked. People loved it, even in that early stage.
Yeah.
He's like, I know that's key to this.
Yeah.
That makes me happy because once I read that, I pulled back a lot of my anti-Reynolds rhetoric because
I didn't
was
know that.
like,
I never knew that you were
well,
anti-Reynolds.
Because I
Anti-Reynolds, anti-Cumberbatch.
No, I am not a Cumberbatch.
Wow, you just aghast.
Maybe like another-
You're aghast.
But
I'm glad I'm over here.
I know. Well, you are over there. It's okay. But that's why I was like, wow. I'm like, I didn't actually know that about the actors and the Green Lantern movie because I was legitimately excited. And
About
then
the Green Lantern movie?
And then that movie
Yeah, so
came
was I.
out, and then I was like, oh.
I put my excitement in the wrong place.
I was till the trailers. And then,
Yeah.
Well, do we feel good about
Yeah, no, I feel
Daredevil?
great about
and
Daredevil. You guys have any more thoughts on Daredevil?
And that's just a miniseries, right? As
Yeah.
a new.
I
Yeah,
think
like-
it's going to be 10 episodes, right?
Yeah,
10
all-
episodes.
I'm gonna not.
So it's like Agent Carter, where it's a miniseries. and...
Yeah, but it's gonna all air on Netflix. They'll all come out on the same day.
So it'll be like a
Yeah.
10-hour binge.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
just go.
Yeah, that would
I'm
be
gonna
me. I'll just binge it for a day.
I will disappear. I will totally disappear.
I'm gonna space it out. I'm not gonna be like one episode per week or something.
But you'll do
Yeah.
like 2 a day.
Yeah, something like it. Maybe like the first 3, and then like wait a couple days and watch some more. Because that way you get to really absorb it and you get into it and get excited about it.
No,
Yeah.
binge watcher.
Yeah. No, we should actually do a Marvel movie news binge watch live stream.
Oh, we
be
totally
awesome.
should.
Yeah.
We totally should.
Because alcohol.
You just want to get drunk.
I was
All
like
right.
popcorn.
What's the
We're gonna drink all booze.
of the,
What's that?
What's the release order of this whole Netflix Marvel stuff?
It's gonna go Daredevil in April, then Jessica Jones. They're thinking November. That's
Yeah.
kind of like the date that's been bandied about. And then next year would be Luke Cage, and then Iron Fist, and then Defenders probably in 2017.
So
Everything's been
Yeah.
most of the major roles for Jessica Jones appear to have been cast. In fact, that's our next bit of news.
Nose.
Our next bit of news. That's our next bit of news. But then Iron Fist is like the next because Mike Coulter is Luke Cage and everything. So that's I can't wait for
I know.
Iron Fist.
God, I
Who's
hope
gonna
it's
be?
good, man.
It's gonna. Of course, it's gonna be good.
No, not of course. I mean,
It's Marvel. Come on.
I know, but hey, I
Marvel
just
can do no
I don't know. I hope it's good. I hope they're all good. What a
They're
stupid thing
going
to
to be
say,
great.
of
They're going to be
course.
great. So next bit of news, we've got Carrie Ann Moss cast in for Jessica Jones in the role of Harper.
yeah, that's
all that said.
Yeah,
Harper.
That's the name being floated around. Now there's no.
I think that's a
Harper.
bit of a blue harvest
Yeah,
myself.
well, because there's actually no Harper that kind of connects to Jessica Jones. The only Harper in the in like 616 is a male character more related to the X-Force X-Men storylines. He was a journalist who the Shadow King took over and used him to infiltrate and try to cause
Yeah, so we're
drama
probably
there.
not
So
gonna
I
see
don't
that
think
one,
it's
yeah.
that. But I think if nothing else, Marvel's done a really great job of creating new characters to support some of their main
Yeah, just look at Agent Carter.
Well, and that's kind of what I feel like this Harper character is going to be. I forget Agent Carter's new friend, but she's the diner.
The girl in the diner.
Her. I think it's going to be a similar character. Well, go on.
Let me give you the description. She is a no-nonsense woman who could prove a powerful ally to Jessica. ... If Jessica doesn't completely alienate her first.
What?
What?
Come on, Jess.
Come on, don't do that. It's like you were terrorized by a man who's colored purple.
She-Hulk?
That could be interesting. I know a few people said that they thought Jessica Drew, who was in Alias, like that would be cool. If Harper is indeed not a new character, which I think it probably is, but I think it would be awesome if we got like a new Spider-Woman or She-Hulk, even She-Hulk. If that'd
be crazy.
That would be amazing. That would be amazing.
But I think they are trying to, especially with the Netflix and the TV series, we're not going to see so many super powered heroes because I know it's hard for them.
They're going like for more street level.
Yeah, so I think
punching.
creating like and one of the other things I did see is that not only is she like a powerful ally, she's in a position of power. Yeah, indicating that she's like law enforcement.
That's not a bad idea. Yeah,
something in that.
But she is Carrie Ann Moss, which means that she can kick ass. Like, she was in the Matrix trilogy. Like, they've got to take advantage of that, right? Like, she knows what she's doing in that way. So I hope that we get to see her in action.
Technically, a lawyer would be a position of power. Just saying, a district attorney.
I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying, like, it would be a shame to.
That's popcorn.
Don't drink popcorn. It would be a shame to have Carrie Ann Moss and not use her like physicality. That's all I'm saying. So, thank you, Jinyo. Thank you.
Yay.
That's that news.
That's exciting.
That's exciting. Yeah. I support it. Moving over to Marvel, not a lot of news, but we'll take a look at some stuff. We've got the Fathead decals. It's Fathead, right?
Yeah, Fathead.
They're so cool. Take this and run.
So I found on one of the news sites on Comic Book Resources, they released these promo images for these wall decals that you can get. And one of them is a really awesome poster. It's Hulk versus Hulkbuster, and it's kind of done in that like old-timey like Russian fighting poster stance. It's super rad. Hopefully Jate can throw that up on the screen for you guys to see. And then they also had some really great full body looks of some of the characters. So we finally get a really clear shot of Hulkbuster armor itself, the Vision, and Ultron.
I love the shot of Vision, like the cape, like just flowing behind him. It's just like so cool. Oh my god, I love it. Yeah, so much, much cape.
Look at the red streaks and that. Oh god, Marvel, you make capes look so good.
You say that as if DC fails at making capes look good.
I'm just saying.
Do they?
Okay,
maybe they do.
One of the things I noticed when I was watching Thor was I loved the folds
that thing out of there.
Of the cape.
Jatarbus.
Oh, you don't like Ultron?
No, you miss everybody. Just.
Oh, the Red Skull? Did you see
the Red Skull? Man.
The Red Skull thing, yeah. That's our next story.
I know.
You guys should go check these out on Comic Book Resources have them, or you just look up Fathead, and they've got some other great shots, and you can put these on the wall. I know, I want that poster so bad.
It's so cool. It's so cool. Yeah, that Vision one is just like,
Yeah, that's randomly news I already knew because only this morning because Andrew over at Nerd Strong, where I obviously do my nerd fitness, he was just mentioning them this morning how he wants to put all those up, like the Hulkbuster and everything.
Oh, that's cool.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
I was like, that would be amazing.
Yeah, actually, real quick, tell us about Nerd Strong, formerly Nerd Fit.
Yes, Nerd Strong Gym is a amazing gym located in North Hollywood, just off the 170. Is that right, babe? Yeah. Off Sherman Way. It is run by Andrew Deutsch and his wife Marla. And what makes it different from like any other gym you might go to, whether small or big, like 24-hour LA Fitness, is the fact that it's all like-minded people. Those like-minded people being huge fucking nerds, and that's what I love. I love that I can go and work out, and 90% of people are going to be in some type of geeky shirt.
Yeah.
And you can mention something comic or movie related, sci-fi, whatever, and then everyone else is going to start talking about it because everyone knows what you're talking about, and they don't like look at you funny or anything, and it's just like super inviting and fun.
And aren't the workouts like nerdy themed too?
On Sunday, yeah. His Sunday workouts are always nerdy themed. So we've done like Total Recall, Indiana Jones, and Jurassic Park, and Harry Potter, and it's just always always something different, always something fun. He'll have maybe some more generic themed ones like a Viking workout is what we did a couple days ago.
That's awesome.
And all the medicine balls are D20s, right?
They will be. We do have some D20 lights in there.
Nice.
This is really cool.
I will say I got to go check out Nerd Strong, and if not for the fact that I moved downtown and now it's like an hour plus drive for me, I know I would be going there. But it's amazing, and it's amazing to watch your progress. Like, I've known you for about a year now, and just how awesome and involved you've gotten. And I know for me, I'm lazy. I hate working out, but I want to be part of this cool collective because it really does promote a really great environment.
It seems really cool.
Yeah, so I'm all about people starting up nerd business.
Mr. Architecture 1 asks, where can we get the Hulk vs. Hulk Buster poster? Wherever Fathead decals are sold? Like, is that like Walmart or Target or anything?
I think the
or just online,
Yeah.
So,
isn't it sexy, guys? Anyway,
really
sorry, I
cool.
didn't mean to deviate. I just thought like what Victoria's done with the workout stuff.
It's awesome.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's great.
Get healthy.
Get healthy.
Woo.
So now we're going on to Cook's favorite.
Not so healthy things.
Yeah. A man altered his face to look like the Red Skull.
What a terrible decision for infinite reasons.
Yeah.
What a stupid. Who gives a crap about Red Skull?
He's not even red.
First off,
is that on the screen?
Yeah, it
I'm
is.
not looking at it.
the
I'm not
worst.
looking at it. I'm not looking at it. What country was this in? Was this?
I don't care.
I just like that a man was like, you know what? I want to look like a monster. I want to look like a monster.
How is? Because I want to know the country. Because how legally could a professional do this to someone and not be like, you need psychological help?
Because because you can get like face implants now. People have been doing this for
face implant, sure, stuff. But didn't the guy like hack off part of his nose?
But it's so weird. He's like Red Skull from here and Klingon from the head, forehead.
He's got a beard. He's got a beard.
No, he's got a beard and like.
I hate that.
He's
man.
blue. He's blue. Like I don't know if that's like bruising or.
No, that's some.
Shadowing.
That is.
Oh, is that shadowing?
Yeah.
He's had his face tattooed red.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to make it look like.
I mean, it's really terrible when I would look at comments when people would share it, and like everyone's response was, "He doesn't look like Red Skull at all."
He doesn't look like Red Skull at all.
So it's like, so if you're gonna do something so horrific and fucked up, I'm swearing a lot.
Yeah. We'll just
like
get an
at least do
NCAA
it
team.
right, you know?
Yeah,
like do it right.
I would rather him try to look like Thanos.
Yeah.
Like give himself like a bulldog underbite and like a
amazing.
scroll
I'm
chin.
be
Yeah.
the ugliest Nazi ever. Was this man's plan?
That's my problem with
And
this.
I'm just gonna be a Nazi.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a Nazi.
It's not just that he wants to look like Red Skull. He idolizes Red Skull. He wants people to call him Red Skull. So I'm like, dude,
And he has kids.
Yeah, and he's like, and he's
married. He's married with kids.
The wife is like, oh no,
those
he's
poor
just a
kids.
normal, everyday neo-Nazi. I mean, come on. I'm sorry. There is. I'm all about body modification. I'm all about tattoos.
But not
You're talking
But
about it
this-
constantly. You really are all about it.
I am. For someone who has like literally nothing.
But not
a
Heil
really big
Hitler.
tattoo. Yeah, no. This is,
It's no.
It's just a bad plan.
He cut his nose off.
He willingly cut his nose off. Like
to spite his face. Like he really did.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. If it were up to, if I could, I would probably get elf tip ears. Not gonna lie, I would do that.
It'd be awesome.
I would do that, but-
Boba Fett on YouTube said, just get a mask and staple it on.
It'd be better.
Why like cut your nose
I
off?
know.
Doesn't make any sense.
But I want to know if you guys were to do any body modifications to look like a super or villain. What would you do?
If I was forced to get a tattoo,
Okay.
this is something I've already thought about. I would get the old school web shooters, like band,
that's
and
cool.
then down here with the depression plate. Like that would be
Oh,
my
that's
like,
really rad.
and then it would look like I just had like tattoo.
You've thought
Like,
this out.
yeah. If somebody asked me like, you have to get a tattoo. What would it be? I'm like, I think that would be it.
I would get Eye of Agamotto right here.
Yeah.
I've actually thought about it. Like,
well, you've drawn it on yourself a lot.
I drew it on myself
This
last
man
night.
goes through so many big pens, just being like.
No, I've learned Sharpies are better. Like I trace it with pencil first, so in case I make a mistake.
pencil?
Yeah,
On your
it bleeds
body?
a lot. Yeah, but it's well worth
You
it. And
should
then I
hang
take
out with this guy. The Red Skull.
Yeah, Victoria, would you do any?
What would you do?
Yeah, would you want to become?
or a Jinyo.
Yeah.
Well, if
Yeah.
I were forced to get a tattoo, and I'm not, fortunately, I would get the dragon and the tiger on the forearms, just like the Shaolin monks.
Oh, that would be cool.
yeah.
That would be cool.
Except I'm not a Shaolin monk, and
It would still be cool.
I'd be.
You'd meet one
I'd be
eventually,
the
and they'd be
most
like, "What
punked
up?"
bitch Shaolin monk ever. So that's the reason I haven't actually gotten that, because I'd be misrepresenting.
I think it'd be cool if it was like something super out there in hardcores to like get a tattoo so it looks like you're transforming into normal Mystique.
Ooh.
So it's like that
That's
kind of
cool.
that ripple of blue.
That's really cool.
Halfway up your arms or legs, or
Yeah, I like that. I want elf tip ears. Sorry,
his
guys.
face.
I hate it. We gotta
Let's move on. All right, move on. Get it off. Moira McTaggart.
He's gonna haunt us.
I know.
Like, we have to be so nice to
First one of yours,
Jatarvis
now it's
forever
up there.
now. Otherwise, he'll be like, meh.
Jatarvis, can you please put up a picture of Moira McTaggart?
Or at least the
Rose
Fox-
Byrne.
Oh no! Oh, Agent Carter.
Oh, are we
That's
talking? Oh, we're
next.
talking Agent Carter. That's
We
right.
are,
Yeah,
sorry.
I screwed that up.
Yeah, you did.
So we're gonna do an Agent Carter
back
recap
up there,
real
isn't
fast. No, yes, it is.
See, I could tell it's going on my eye. That was
Do an Agent Carter. Move on. Thank you, Jatarvis.
Oh my God! So last
Yeah,
the other
Iron
night's
Ceiling.
episode, super rad. We saw the return of the Howling Commandos,
Which I love the Howling
I know.
Commandos.
I
Like, they're
want
so
them to
cool.
have their own show.
Oh, they would.
Wouldn't that
They
be
should.
rad?
Maybe they'll have. Maybe that's what they'll do next season.
Yeah,
For the mid-season gap.
I could be cool with that, but also
You could be.
The biggest reveal was the start of the Black Widow program.
Oh my God, that was so cool.
Yeah, have you been watching Agent Carter at all?
Yeah, we're behind on that one episode.
Okay.
But I'm super excited to hear that the Howling Commandos are back. Because I remember as we were watching, I was like, wait a minute, I thought the Howling Commandos were supposed to be like all up in this
Yeah.
based on how the way they teased it and
The Howling
everything.
Commandos during Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
You know, they would lay groundwork for Agent Carter and Howling Commandos. So when Agent Carter came on, but there were no Commandos, it's
Yeah.
like, that's
Wait a
I thought they were going to
minute.
work like together like the
Yeah.
whole way through. So I'm excited that they're here now.
It's
Yeah.
a fun episode, and to really see how Marvel is positioning the start of the Black Widow program is messed up. First
Yeah.
off, like what we see with Dottie and her backstory, and just the general backstory.
Oh, and that
of-
last shot of her,
that
like
last
with,
shot,
with the
yeah,
handcuff and
with-
everything.
yeah,
Oh
it
my God, I was like,
was-
oh, that's so sad.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then also, so one of the other things,
But maybe she gets night terrors. That
I
was
know,
my
right?
thought. Like, maybe she gets like
or she,
Black
like,
Widow night terrors.
Maybe she has like sleepwalking issues.
Yeah.
She's wanting to murder people in her sleep.
Sure.
One of the other things that I've been kind of curious about is, so obviously we know one of the guys that we see is going to be eventually who Peggy Carter marries, and you know, because we know she marries someone who's
Yeah.
not Steve, and he ends up dying. I initially thought it was going to be is it Shannon? The
adorable crush guy.
The adorable crush
adorable.
guy. But now I'm starting to wonder if it might not be
It's the
Comet.
Navy Cross winner.
Because
yeah.
because
Can't remember his name.
They did such a great job. Well, one, there was a great job where he's telling some really essential character backstory to him, and as his last shot on the plane, he goes into complete darkness. And we kind of know. We kind of know that's movie foreshadowing of a bad person, but then just the strange obsession level we're seeing Shannon go through. I think I don't remember. It's some girl name they always call him. And I'm like, oh man, who is it going to be? And I don't know. I'm really curious about this because I love love triangle things, and I'm just so excited about the characterization. And at the end, when the guys invited Peggy out for a drink, I was like, finally,
Yeah.
she's breaking that
And
glass
the
ceiling.
smile that she had, she's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, you guys invited me.
Yeah, but then
I
you
do
saw-
kind of want to do it."
Exactly. But then the one guy's like,
No, I can't.
yeah, and then he's like, oh, and so I don't know. I think it's going to be a really interesting dynamic.
You know what else I lived? And it was like
lived?
I lived.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it and liked it at the same time. I lived it. I loved the SSR commander. I can't remember his name, but I love that he went to Jarvis.
Yeah, he did.
And was like, "Hey, I just want the truth. Like, I'm not saying that Tony Stark is a bad guy. Howard Stark is a bad guy. He's got his side of the story. I want the truth." Like, I love that he finally had that sort of break.
Yeah.
Because he's been so like Howard Stark the whole time.
Yeah, they've made them very one-dimensional characters,
Yeah.
and now they're opening them
Yeah.
up and completely making us as viewers like, oh, okay,
Oh,
no, this
those
is
are
awesome.
actual real people.
Yeah.
I love it when they do that because it's so easy to fall into that kind of writer's trap where the secondary characters become just plot devices.
Yeah.
And so when they suddenly wake you up as an audience member, you're so used to accepting them as being one-note characters that it's almost a shock to realize, oh wait, this guy's got a whole interior life going on.
Yeah, like when they did the whole thing with the Navy Cross, I was like, "Whoa!
Yeah.
I did not see
And then
that
the double
coming."
level of that. I don't want to say anything.
yeah, we won't say anything,
things,
but
yeah.
like, oh, that was great, and just all the action. Like, there was so much action in this episode.
That actress is amazing.
Haley Atwell.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
She's good.
Sorry, we're getting
we're
notes.
getting really
Okay.
close.
All right, we're getting close. Oh my goodness. All right.
Over to Fox. Rose Byrne will be reprising her role as Moira McTaggart in X-Men: Age of
Yeah,
Apocalypse.
that's exciting.
Yeah, that's all we really need to say on that.
And now we will be moving over to the Wizard World question of the week. This one is going to be for a prize. We're going to give you 2 weeks to come up with the best answer for it. And the prize will be 2 free tickets to the Wizard World show of your choice. We will give you the way in the door. You just have to get there and like provide the room and board for yourself. So the question of the week is, in honor of Daredevil trailer coming out, if Matt Murdock was not an attorney, what new business would he start and what would he call it? So let's say he wants to open a bar. What would he call a bar? What if he opened a bakery? What would he open a bakery and what would he call it? Like, that's what we want. We'll be posting that on our Facebook.
A tagline, like what his promo.
Oh, like a promo,
You know, Gold
Yeah,
bubbles.
sight unseen.
Yeah.
I just took it from everybody right there.
Yes.
Everybody.
You can't use that one. Victoria used it
Sorry,
first.
I just took the best one.
So that is our Wizard World question of the week. Wizard World is where pop culture comes to life. They have a lot of fantastic shows coming up. They're in Madison, Wisconsin this weekend.
Oh, stay warm.
Yeah, right. And then they're in Indianapolis next week, and then Cleveland February 20th, 21st, and 22nd.
Excellent.
So, but go to their website, find out what show you want to go to, and enter the contest. Let's see if we can get you out there.
Yeah.
So we also have, we should be wrapping this up, but we've got the Defenders question that we still need to answer.
Well,
So
I don't.
do we have time?
We don't have time.
We don't have time?
for that, unfortunately. But why don't? We have 5 minutes.
Five.
Oh, then let's.
It's a long 5 minutes.
Okay, let's.
It's a long.
Let's not vote on it today, but let's give the answers out.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we are choosing Drew Walker, who said Daredevil, Hawkeye, Magic, and X-23. And he listed all these reasons, but we don't have time to go into all the reasons.
Yeah.
A user by the name of I Am Your Target Demographic said Colossus, Black Panther, Nico Minoru of The Runaways, one of my favorites,
Yes.
and Iceman. Garrett Briones said the Daring Defenders, U.S. Agent. By the way, U.S. Agent.
Kudos.
That's awesome.
Kudos.
U.S. Agent, War Machine, Beta Ray Bill, and Red Hulk. Griffin Edwards said Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Nick Fury, and Captain America, all because they're complete stereotypes, which I think is really funny. And then Deadpool would come in to make fun of them.
That's 5. Disqualified.
Could Deadpool be a
Hey,
villain?
man, what did that person write? They put a 5-man team on there, right?
It appeared.
Out.
Fine.
2015. I'm not messing around, man.
We're so cold.
We've got Ike Monty saying Phoenix, Doctor Strange, Hulk, and Deadpool.
That's so OP.
That's like
so OP.
OP. And then we've got Parson Petchor saying Silver Sable, Pete Wisdom, Mockingbird, and Falcon because they're perfect for an espionage reboot of the Defenders.
That is smart, Parson.
Kind of-
That's a cool team.
That's kind of a cool team.
I mean,
right?
they're all cool teams. That's exciting.
They're all really fun teams, but we'll vote next week. We'll vote next week.
And-
but
and what we're gonna
fans
do-
lead our charge for us.
Yeah, and what we'll do is we'll put these up on the Facebook page, and we're going to start a poll system so everyone can kind of go in and vote. So we
Yeah,
can
we're
have
trying
all
some
these
stuff
things.
out.
Yeah, we really want to include.
It's going to be fun.
guys.
We're going to
It
make
is.
that fun.
Yeah, and Jatarvis, do we have like 2 minutes for us to say our top 5? Because we got asked that a lot.
We got 2. Let's go then.
All right, go.
I
top
don't
5.
want to go first. You go first.
Okay, my top 5 for all of you
Marvel characters,
for
top
the
5.
triple MS is Doctor Strange, Nightcrawler, the Multiple Man, Jamie Madrox, Black Bolt, and MODOK. Those are my top 5 characters.
Wow.
In
Oh,
Marvel.
Wow. Okay.
Not a team, just favorite characters.
Just favorite characters. All right, my favorite characters in no order are Nightcrawler, Emma Frost, Dark Phoenix, Miles Morales, Spider-Man, and Winter Soldier. Bucky
Oh, I
Barnes.
do love the Winter Soldier. Yeah.
All right. Do you have 5?
Do you have
I know,
5 that you?
Or do you just want to hang out?
I guess it would be Jean Grey, Nightcrawler, Captain America, Jarvis, because I like him.
Jarvis is great.
And actually Agent Carter right now.
Yeah.
All right.
Please do an Agent Carter cosplay.
It'd be fun.
Spider-Man. Colossus.
Oh, you love Colossus.
Love Colossus. Nightcrawler, who made every team.
Yeah.
Or list. Silver Surfer.
Oh, I almost put him on mine.
Captain America.
Almost.
Oh.
But you didn't.
Those are my 5.
Junior, do you have your 5 favorite?
Do you have a top
Marvels?
5?
I would say Spider-Man because you can't beat the classics.
Yeah.
You know, Mr. Fantastic.
Oh.
He's so freaking smart.
He's a fun character that way.
Yeah, exactly. And he's been played so many ways throughout the history.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Professor X and MODOK.
Ah, yeah.
Come on, MODOK,
Yes.
right?
He's ridiculous.
Yes, exactly. And Submariner, Namor.
Oh,
Wow.
Wow.
Very That's
Yeah.
a very cerebral team.
Amanda will love you for that one.
Yeah, that's a fantastic list.
Our teams your Submariner and my Emma Frost can go hang out. They like to do.
Well, thank you for joining us today. That is our show. I hope you had fun, because we had a lot of fun. Special thanks to our prize sponsor, Wizard World Conventions. They're in Madison, as I said earlier. They're in Madison this weekend, Indianapolis next, and then Cleveland on the 20th through the 22nd. Please don't forget to subscribe to our show through Marvel Movie News on iTunes or on YouTube or through the Popcorn Talk Network. You can find us on their website, popcorntalknetwork.com. And that's our show. Thanks for joining us. I'm Matt Key at the Matt Key.
I'm Meredith Placko at mplacko, but you can also see me next week. I won't be on the show. You can come visit me at Amazing Arizona Con.
Oh, fantastic. Go ahead.
And I'm Victoria at Scruffy Rebel.
Yeah.
Matt Cook at Matt Cook Tweeted.
And Jinyo, you want to give us your tweeter?
Jinyo at Jinyo Face.
Nice.
And don't forget to go check out Gold Bubble Clothing.
Yes.
Yeah,
all that
please go do
beautiful
that.
stuff.
They've got some fantastic clothing over
Yeah.
there. So thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.
Woo!
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, Christian Harloff, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of its owners or principals.